I've spent more than 20 years working with men over 50. And one truth has become crystal clear to me. Just because we're getting older doesn't mean we have to settle for feeling tired, drained, or disconnected from the man we used to be. But here's what I hear time and again from men in their 60s and 70s, Doc. I'm exhausted all the time. Or I feel like my spark is gone. Sometimes they say it so quietly, it almost breaks my heart. I don't feel like a man anymore. Not the way I used to. If you're watching this and thinking that sounds familiar, please know this. You are not alone. I've seen strong, accomplished men who built businesses, raised families, and shaped communities walk into my office looking like shadows of themselves. They sit down and ask me the question that's been haunting them. Is this just aging, Doc? Is this my new normal? And my answer every single time is no. It doesn't have to be. Yes, age changes a few things. But it's not a death sentence for your energy, your drive, or your masculinity. I've watched too many men turn things around, men who thought their best days were long behind them simply because they discovered one important truth. That much of this fatigue, this fading desire, this quiet sense of slipping away, often comes from something fixable. It's not always just aging. Often, it's rooted in deficiencies, tiny gaps in key vitamins and minerals. If your body needs to run like the powerful engine it was designed to be, think of your body like a classic car, beautiful, powerful, but even the finest car starts sputtering if it's low on oil or missing the right fuel. Your body's no different. When you don't have enough of certain nutrients, your energy dips, your focus blurs, and sometimes your confidence crumbles. And the tragedy is that many men start believing this is simply getting older. But it doesn't have to be that way, because here's the good news. There are 6 essential vitamins and minerals that can completely change how you feel. 6 nutrients that I've seen reignite energy, restore confidence, and even bring intimacy back into marriages where it once seemed lost, and yet they're some of the most overlooked and forgotten nutrients in men's health. So before you write off how you're feeling as inevitable aging, I'd love for you to stick around with me, because in the moments ahead, I'm going to show you how these 6 powerful vitamins and minerals can help you feel like yourself. Again, maybe even better than you have in years. And I'll leave you with this question. One I ask every man who sits in my office. Don't you deserve to feel fully alive again? So let me start with the first of those 6 essential nutrients. It's one you might think is just the vitamin for colds, but it's so much more than that. I'm talking about vitamin C now. Before you roll your eyes and think, come on, Doc, I've been hearing about vitamin C my whole life. Stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you might completely change how you see your own health. I want you to imagine this. Your body is a vast network of highways, blood vessels carrying oxygen, nutrients, and life to every cell. And these highways, they don't just keep you alive. They keep you feeling alive. Your energy, your ability to think clearly, your strength in your muscles, even your most intimate moments with your partner. All of it depends on how smoothly blood flows through those highways. But here's the catch. As we get older, those highways start to crack. Tiny invisible damage builds up in the walls of our arteries. Our circulation slows. Our cells begin to starve for oxygen. And sometimes the spark that made us feel powerful, driven, alive starts to flicker out. One patient of mine, Robert, a 67-year-old retired engineer, sat in my office with tears in his eyes. He told me, Doc, I used to work all day, fix anything around the house, and still have the energy for my wife. Now I feel like a shadow, like my body's betrayed me. His story is not unique. And here's where vitamin C comes in, because vitamin C isn't just for fighting colds. It's one of the most powerful protectors of those highways inside your body. It helps build collagen that keeps artery walls strong and flexible. It shields the delicate lining of your blood vessels, allowing blood to flow smoothly, reaching your muscles, your brain, and, yes, even the parts of you that define your masculinity. even more remarkable. Vitamin C preserves something called nitric oxide, a tiny molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and open up. Without enough vitamin C, that signal fades away. Your circulation constricts, and the parts of your body that rely on strong blood flow get left in the dark. I've seen men improve their blood flow by as much as 50% simply by correcting a vitamin C deficiency. Think about that. 50% more blood reaching the places that make you feel vibrant, sharp, and intimately connected to your partner. And yet, so many men brush off vitamin C as just a cold remedy. They never realize that years of working indoors, eating the same few foods, and simply not paying attention to themselves anymore can leave them quietly deficient. It's not a small problem. Studies show that around 7% of American adults are already low in vitamin C, and that number climbs dramatically past age 60. Your body absorbs less, your diet changes, your needs increase, and what happens? Fatigue creeps in, circulation falters, and many men start to feel old. When they're not, listen to me, you don't have to feel old. Robert, my patient, decided to try higher doses of vitamin C, around 500 to 1,000 milligrams a day. Within 3 months, he felt like a different man. His energy returned. His connection with his wife reignited. He told me, "Doc, feel like myself again." I don't want that for you too. Don't leave your health to chance. Don't assume that getting older automatically means losing your spark. Vitamin C might seem simple, but sometimes it's the simple things that save us. So ask yourself this: have I been neglecting something as vital as my own circulation and my own vitality? Now, let's talk about the next powerhouse nutrient every man over 60 needs to know about. It's the quiet hero working behind the scenes, shaping not just your body, but the very core of what makes you feel like a man. I'm talking about zinc. If you think zinc is just some trace mineral you find in multivitamins, listen closely, because for many men, low zinc is the silent thief stealing away not only their energy, but the deep fire that once burned in their relationships. Let me tell you a story, Michael. A patient of mine was 63, a sharp business consultant, respected in boardrooms, the kind of man who used to walk into any room and own it. But he sat across from me one morning, eyes lowered, voice barely above a whisper. "Doc," he said, "I feel like half the man I used to be." I could see the pain etched in his face. "It's not just that I'm tired," he continued, "that I'm disconnected. My wife and we barely touch anymore. We talk, but it's like we're strangers in the same house, and I can't be with her the way I used to." That's when I explained to Michael what I'm about to share with you, because this story is not rare. As we age, our bodies naturally absorb less zinc. The numbers are stark. Men over 60 absorb only about 17% of the zinc from their meals, half of what younger men can absorb. Little by little, year after year, the body's reserves run dry. And what happens when zinc runs low? Testosterone production slows down. Drive and passion fade. Muscles weaken. And intimacy, both physical and emotional, begins to dissolve. Zinc isn't just a mineral. It's the key that unlocks your body's testosterone engine. It fuels your libido, keeps your prostate healthy. It helps your brain stay sharp, and your energy steady. And when zinc disappears, so can the desire that once kept your marriage vibrant and close. Michael's zinc levels were dangerously low, just 65 micrograms per deciliter. So I put him on a protocol of 25 milligrams of highly absorbable zinc citrate each day. 8 weeks later, he came back to see me, and he was grinning. "Doc," he said, "it's like I've woken up from a fog. I'm thinking clearer. I'm working better. But more than that, my wife and we're together again. Like really together. It's like the old spark came roaring back." And there it is. Because when zinc levels are restored, it's not just a lab test that changes. It's the fire between two people who love each other. It's laughter over dinner. It's feeling your partner's touch. Remembering that deep pulse of life running through your veins, so many men assume that a fading love life is inevitable with age. But I'm here to tell you it's not. Sometimes it's simply about giving your body the minerals it's been silently craving. Don't let zinc be the missing piece that robs you of the closeness, the desire, and the connection you deserve. Ask yourself, when was the last time I thought about my zinc levels and what they mean for the man I want to keep being? Now, let me share with you the third essential nutrient that I believe every man over 60 should hold close to his heart. It's a mineral that works quietly in the background, yet shapes everything about how you feel, move, and even love. I'm talking about magnesium. If there's one mineral that men tend to ignore sometimes for decades, it's magnesium. And yet, I've seen more men brought to their knees by low magnesium than almost any other deficiency. Let me tell you about David. David was 65 when he came to see me. A lifelong marathon runner, a man who prided himself on discipline. He ate clean. He avoided smoking, drank little to no alcohol, and kept a body that would make many 30-year-olds jealous. By every outward measure, he looked like the model of healthy aging. And yet, every morning he woke up feeling robbed. He told me, "Doc, I'm exhausted before my day even starts. My legs cramp out of nowhere. And the worst thing, intimacy with my wife has become almost impossible. I've done everything right. So why do I feel like this?" David's question is the question of so many men. Because magnesium isn't flashy. It's not the vitamin that gets headlines or catchy ads. But let me tell you this, without magnesium, your body cannot make energy. It's that simple. Magnesium drives over 300 chemical reactions inside you, eat into real, usable fuel when magnesium runs low. Your engine stalls, muscles rebel with cramps, your heart rhythm stutters, and for many men, their most private, intimate life begins to fall apart. Why? Because magnesium is also the quiet partner of nitric oxide. Same molecule we talked about with vitamin C. Without enough magnesium, your blood vessels stay tight and rigid. Blood struggles to flow where it needs to go, including the places that define your masculinity. When David's test results came back, his magnesium levels were critically low even, though he ate all the healthy foods. Because here's the cruel truth. As we get older, our bodies absorb less magnesium from food. Even the cleanest diet can fall short. Medications, digestive changes, stress, all of it depletes magnesium reserves year after year. So I started David on 400 milligrams of magnesium citrate daily. I asked him to load his meals with spinach, almonds, pumpkin seeds, salmon. 6 weeks later, he was a different man, Doc. He said, with tears in his eyes, "The cramps are gone, sleeping deeper." But the biggest change, my wife and I, we're close again. Intimacy is no longer painful or awkward. Feels alive. I feel like a man again. And that's what I want for you. Because magnesium isn't just about muscles. It's about freedom. Freedom to move without pain. Freedom to sleep peacefully. Freedom to love your partner without fear or embarrassment. So many men think exhaustion, cramps, or fading intimacy is simply part of getting older. I'm telling you, it's not always true. Sometimes it's as simple as giving your body the minerals it's been crying out for. So I'll ask you, how long have you been living tired, cramped, or disconnected, without ever suspecting something as simple as magnesium could bring you back to life? You know, sometimes the biggest secrets to feeling alive again are hiding in places we'd never suspect. Let me tell you about sunlight, or more precisely, the vitamin your body makes when sunlight touches your skin. I'm talking about vitamin D3. For decades, people thought vitamin D was just about bones, rickets in kids, brittle bones in seniors. End of story. But the truth is, vitamin D3 is so much more. It's like the gentle conductor of an orchestra, keeping your heart beating steady, your mood stable, your immune system vigilant. And yes, it plays a quiet, crucial role in keeping your testosterone levels where they belong. But here's the problem. As we age, Our skin produces less vitamin D. And think about how much of life we live indoors these days. At the office, in the car. On the couch, we go from fluorescent lights to phone screens to TVs. And meanwhile, our bodies are quietly starving for a vitamin that once came free from the sky. I remember a patient of mine, Thomas. Thomas was 66. A high school teacher, retired. He loved his books, his gardening, and most of all, his wife, Mary. But when he came to see me, he seemed dulled. He said, "Doc, I feel like I'm living in a fog. I'm anxious. I'm tired no matter how long I sleep. And I can't bring myself to feel close to Mary the way I used to." We ran some tests. His vitamin D3 levels were dangerously low. I still remember how shocked he was. Sunshine. That's it. I asked. But it wasn't just about sunshine. Low vitamin D3 can trigger a cascade of problems. Lower testosterone production, depressed mood, weaker bones, greater pain, and even issues with blood flow, which can affect those private moments with your partner. I started Thomas on 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily, along with safe time in the morning sun. 3 months later, he was a new man, he told me, grinning. "Doc, it's like the lights came back on. I'm laughing again, feeling things again, especially with Mary. We're close again." I didn't even realize how distant we'd grown. And that's the real tragedy, isn't it? Most men don't realize how low vitamin D can slowly steal not just your health, but your joy, your connection, your sense of intimacy. It's not just about bones. It's about waking up in the morning, feeling hope. It's about reaching for your partner at night and feeling desire instead of exhaustion. And here's the best part. Vitamin D is simple to fix. You can test it. You can supplement it, and sometimes all it takes is stepping outside and letting the sun kiss your skin for a few minutes each day. So, let me ask you, when was the last time you checked your vitamin D? And wondered if that missing sunshine might be the reason you felt a little less alive? I want to share something with you today. Something small, invisible, but so powerful that it can change how you wake up in the morning and how you feel about life itself. It's a vitamin I call the spark plug of the body, vitamin B12. I know, it doesn't sound glamorous. It's not the hot topic on talk shows. But let me tell you, if you're over 60, this little vitamin could be the key to feeling like yourself again. Let me explain. Your body is an orchestra, playing a beautiful symphony every single day. Your heart beating, your brain firing, your nerves carrying signals from your brain to your toes. All of it depends on B12. Without enough of it, the music starts to falter, and one by one, the instruments fall silent. I see it all the time. Men come to me looking so confused. They say things like, "Doc, I'm just tired." But it's more than tired. I feel foggy. Or I can't remember simple things. My keys, a name, sometimes even a conversation from yesterday. And here's the part that breaks my heart. Many tell me quietly that they've lost interest in the things they once loved, their hobbies, their conversations, even intimacy with their wives. They start to feel invisible, as though life is happening all around them, but not to them. And so many of them think, well, I guess I'm just getting old. But what if I told you it might not be just age? B12's deficiency is so common in men over 60, it's almost like an epidemic nobody talks about. Our stomachs produce less acid as we age, making it harder to absorb B12 from food. And little by little, the deficiency grows. You might feel exhausted no matter how much you sleep. Weakness in your muscles, mood dips, even depression. Memory that seems to slip through your fingers. I remember my patient, Frank was 68, a retired firefighter, strong, proud, but he sat in my office, eyes full of tears. He said, "Doc, I feel like I've disappeared from my own life. I'm here, but I'm not really here. I've stopped reaching for my wife at night. I just don't feel connected." We checked his B12 levels. They were dangerously low. I started him on B12 supplements. It's 500 micrograms daily, and within 2 months he came back to see me, smiling. He said, "Doc, I'm remembering jokes again. I'm laughing. And last night my wife held my face in her hands and said, 'There you are. I'm me again.'" And that's why I love what I do. Because something as small as vitamin B12 can give a man back his memories, his energy, his closeness with the woman he loves. So please don't brush off your foggy mind, your fatigue, or your fading interest in life as just aging. Sometimes it's something as simple and as powerful as this little vitamin. Ask yourself, could something so small be the reason I've felt like I'm fading away when I deserve to be shining bright? I want to finish this journey through the 6 vital nutrients with something I believe every man over 60 should hold as a secret weapon in his health. It's not a vitamin in the classic sense. It's an oily treasure from the depths of the ocean. I'm talking about omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, and DHA. For years, people talked about omega-3 for heart health. And yes, it's phenomenal for your heart. But there's so much more to this story because omega-3 South don't just keep you alive, okay? They help you feel alive. Let me tell you about James. James was 68, a retired school teacher who loved fishing, jazz music, and long conversations with his wife, Claire. But when he came to see me, he said, "Doc, it's like the color has drained out of my world. My thoughts are slower. I'm forgetting things." And Claire, she sits beside me on the couch, and I feel nothing. I love her, but it's like the spark is gone. It wasn't just sadness, it was a quiet surrender. I could see it in his eyes. We checked his omega-3 levels, and they were nearly non-existent. Here's what many people don't realize. Your brain is built, in large part, from fat. Not just any fat, but omega-3 fats. EPA and DHA are like the oil that keeps your brain's machinery running smooth. When you're low, the gears grind. Thoughts slow, memory stutters, mood darkens. But it goes even deeper. Omega-3s South are crucial for blood flow. They keep your blood vessels flexible. They reduce inflammation so blood can reach every part of you, including those parts of you that make intimacy possible and joyful. James started taking 1,000 milligrams of a high-purity omega-3 supplement every day. He also made small changes, more salmon, sardines, walnuts. 3 months later, he walked into my office, and he was a man transformed. He laughed. He talked fast, as if his words couldn't keep up with his thoughts. He said, "Doc, the lights are back on." Claire and I were laughing again, talking late into the night, and I remembered how to want her again. I didn't realize how numb I'd become. And that, my friend, is the true magic of omega-3s. It's not just about preventing heart attacks. It's about clearing the mental log. It's about feeling emotions fully. It's about looking at the person you love and feeling the spark crackle back to life. So many men think it's normal to become distant, forgetful, disconnected from the woman who's been their partner through decades. But I'm here to tell you, it's not always just age. Sometimes it's a brain crying out for the fuel it's missing. Don't leave your heart or your mind running on empty. Ask yourself, have I been living my days in black and white, when omega-3 South could bring back my world in color? Before I let you go today, there's something I need to say. Because here's the truth. You can know about all the right vitamins. You can even go out and buy the best bottles off the shelf and still not feel any different. I've seen it too. Many times. Men come into my office frustrated. They say, "Doc, I tried the supplements. I spent good money, but I'm still tired. I'm still foggy. I'm still not myself." And it breaks my heart. Because it's not their fault. See? There are some hidden mistakes that trip people up even when their intentions are pure. Let me tell you about William. William was 64, an accountant, meticulous to the core. He researched everything. Dozens of supplements. Lined them up on his kitchen counter like soldiers. But 6 months later, nothing had changed. He said to me, "Doc, maybe vitamins just don't work for people like me." But that wasn't true. William fell into 3 common traps. The first, choosing cheap, poorly absorbed forms. He bought zinc oxide because it was cheaper, but only about 5 to 15% of zinc oxide ever gets absorbed into your system. He used magnesium oxide, which not only absorbs terribly, but can send you running for the bathroom. The better choices. Zinc citrate. Magnesium glycine forms your body actually knows how to use. The second mistake, inconsistency. William took his vitamins faithfully during the work week, but on weekends, he forgot. On vacations, the bottles stayed home. Your body needs steady support. Nutrients don't work like magic wands. They build up over time, day by day. The third mistake, timing. William took his zinc in the morning, right alongside his coffee and cereal. But caffeine and certain minerals like calcium can block zinc absorption. So all that zinc he swallowed passed right through him. I explained to him, take zinc at night on an empty stomach. Split vitamin C into smaller doses throughout the day for better absorption. Take magnesium with dinner. It helps calm your muscles and can even help you sleep. 12 weeks later, William came back smiling. He said, "Doc, it's working. My mind is clear. I feel steady again." And my wife, well, she says thank you, too. And that's what I want for you. Because knowing which vitamins to take is just half the battle. The other half is taking them the right way. So please don't waste your time or your hope on mistakes that are easy to avoid. Ask yourself, have I been sabotaging my own health without even realizing it? Now, I want to leave you with something practical, because knowledge is wonderful. But what matters is what you do with it. So let's talk about how to take these vitamins and minerals in a way that actually helps your body and doesn't just end up being expensive bathroom trips. First, choose good quality. Not all supplements are created equal. Just because a bottle says vitamin on the label doesn't mean your body knows how to use it. Look for words like citrate, glycinate, or picolinate. For zinc, choose zinc citrate or picolinate instead of zinc oxide. For magnesium, choose magnesium glycinate or citrate instead of magnesium oxide. These forms absorb better and are gentler on your stomach. Second, be consistent. Supplements only work if you take them every day. I always tell my patients, tie your vitamins to something you already do. Maybe keep your pills next to your toothbrush or take them right after your morning coffee, if they don't interfere. Or set a daily alarm on your phone. Don't try to catch up by doubling your dose if you forget one day. Just pick up where you left off. Third, timing matters. This is where a lot of people go wrong. Zinc is best on an empty stomach, usually before bed. That's when it's absorbed the best and won't fight with other minerals like calcium. Magnesium is wonderful with dinner. It calms your body and can help you sleep deeper. Vitamin C, like small divided doses throughout the day. Instead of taking one big pill, split it into 2 or 3 smaller doses for better absorption. Vitamin D3 and omega-3 South are best taken with meals that have some healthy fat like salmon or olive oil. That helps your body absorb them better. Vitamin B12 can be taken anytime, but if you're low, your doctor might recommend higher doses or even injections. And please, talk to your doctor if you're taking medications because some supplements can interact with prescriptions. Fourth, start slow. If you've never taken supplements before, don't suddenly swallow a dozen pills a day. Start with 1 or 2. Give your body time to adjust. If you feel any stomach upset, talk to your doctor or pharmacist. Fifth, eat real food. 2. Supplements are helpers, but they can't replace the power of good food. Eat colorful fruits and veggies. Enjoy fatty fish like salmon a few times a week. Add nuts, seeds, and leafy greens to your meals. And last, be patient. Most changes don't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes 4, 6, even 12 weeks for you to feel the difference. But one day you'll wake up, stretch your arms, and realize, I feel like me again. And that moment is worth every step, so promise me this. Don't let confusion or frustration stop you. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's the greatest gift you give to the people who love you, because they deserve to have all of you. Feeling your best, and so do you? Now, I want to share with you the real magic that happens when these 6 nutrients come together, because taking them one by one is good. But when you combine them, something extraordinary happens. It's what I call nutrient synergy. Think of it like a team. Each vitamin or mineral has its own job. Vitamin C keeps your blood vessels strong. Zinc supports your testosterone. Magnesium helps you relax and sleep. Vitamin D3 fuels your bones and mood. Vitamin B12 powers your brain and nerves. Omega-3 keeps your heart and mind running smoothly. Alone, each one is powerful, but together, they create a symphony. Let me give you an example. Vitamin C doesn't just help your immune system. It actually helps your body absorb more zinc, and zinc, in turn, works alongside magnesium to keep your testosterone balanced. Magnesium helps your cells use vitamin B12 properly. Omega-3 calms inflammation, which helps every vitamin and mineral do its job better. It's like connecting wires in an engine. When every wire is in place, the engine roars to life. I've seen it happen over and over again. Men come to me feeling tired, disconnected, worried their best days are behind them. But once we start combining these nutrients, they come back to life. They tell me, Doc, I'm laughing again, waking up with energy, feel close to my wife in a way I thought was gone forever. Because it's not just about physical health, it's about connection, confidence, feeling fully alive. One patient of mine, James, the same man who was low in omega-3s, South tried vitamin C first. It helped. A little, then he added zinc. He felt a bit stronger. But when we put all 6 together in the right doses and the right forms, he said, Doc, I feel like the man I was 20 years ago. And that's what I want for you, because these nutrients don't just stack on top of each other. They multiply each other's power. Your blood flows better, your brain sharpens, your muscles feel stronger, your mood lifts, and perhaps most important of all, you start feeling connected against yourself, to the people you love, and to the life you still have ahead of you. So please, don't settle for just taking a few vitamins here and there. If you've felt tired, foggy, or disconnected, might be time to give your body the full team it deserves. Ask yourself, could bringing these 6 nutrients together help me live the years ahead, not just longer, but fuller, brighter, and more connected than ever before? So, my friend, we've talked about 6 powerful nutrients. We've talked about the hidden reasons why so many men over 60 feel tired, disconnected, like shadows of the men they used to be. And I hope truly that you've heard one thing loud and clear. It doesn't have to stay that way. I've spent over 20 years listening to men like you. Men who've built families, built businesses, carried the weight of responsibility for decades. Men who've always put others first, and sometimes, in the process, forgotten themselves. I'm here to tell you, you deserve to feel strong again. You deserve to wake up in the morning with hope too. Feel energy pulsing through your body to look at your wife, or a partner, or your reflection in the mirror, and see a man who's still vibrant, still capable, still alive. And if there's one thing I've learned after all these years, it's that sometimes the path back to yourself is not as complicated as you might think. Sometimes it's as simple as giving your body the building blocks it's been quietly begging for: vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, vitamin D3, omega-3, omega-3s.6 nutrients that, together, can transform how you feel, how you move, how you love, and, yes, how you connect to the people who matter most. I've watched men come into my office, leaving their best years were behind them, and leave standing taller, with laughter in their voices, and light back in their eyes. It's not magic, It's not a miracle cure. It's simply understanding what your body truly needs and taking the small daily steps to give it that gift. So please don't settle for feeling old. Don't believe the lie that it's too late for you, because it's not. You still have time to feel strong, to feel connected, to feel fully, vibrantly alive. And I promise you, the people who love you, they're hoping you'll choose that path. So here's my invitation to you. Start small. One vitamin, one habit, one step forward. Because those small steps can lead to a life that feels yours again. A life where you laugh, you love deeply, where you wake up each day thinking, I'm still here, and I still have so much living left to do. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself, because you deserve it.